welcome to Wiselyt. Look, we need to talk, and I'm not going to waste your time. You've seen the headlines, you've heard the whispers in the office. AI is coming for our jobs. It feels big, it feels scary, and honestly, it feels a little bit like a science fiction movie that you didn't buy a ticket for. So let's start with one big, unavoidable fact. Right now, as we speak, experts estimate that up to 40% of all working hours could be automated by AI in the next few years. That's not 40% of jobs gone forever. It's 40% of the stuff we do at work. The boring stuff, the repetitive stuff, the stuff that makes you stare at the clock and pray for Friday. That is a huge number. It's a seismic shift. The real story isn't about robots taking over. The real story is about what we do next. This isn't a doomsday prophecy. This is a wake-up call, and in this talk, I promise you, we are going to walk a clear path from that initial shock, that feeling of fear, all the way to a practical, actionable plan. A plan for you. This is not about some distant future. This is about right now, 2026. The change is already happening. It's in the new software your company just rolled out. It's in the self-checkout lane at the grocery store. It's in the way you get customer service online, talking to a chatbot before you ever reach a human. The ground is shifting beneath our feet. Ignoring it is like trying to ignore an earthquake. You can close your eyes, but you're still going to feel the shaking. So instead of closing our eyes, let's open them wide. Let's look this thing straight in the face, understand what it is, and figure out how to stay standing. How to even build something better on the new ground. So take a deep breath. We're going to break this down, piece by piece. No jargon, no complicated theories, just a straight conversation like we're sitting across from each other at a coffee shop. I'm not here to sell you a fantasy or to scare you into clicking a link. I'm here because this topic is too important to leave to the headlines. It's about our lives, our families, and our futures. Before we get into the big ideas, let me tell you a small, real story. It's about a woman named Maria. Maria worked at a small credit union, a place where everyone knows your name. Her job for 15 years was in the back office. She was a loan processor. Day in, day out, she would take stacks of paper applications. She would check for errors. She would type numbers into a spreadsheet. She would make sure every box was ticked. It was detailed work. It was important work. It was also incredibly repetitive. She was good at it, but some days her brain felt like a spreadsheet. It was steady, and it paid the bills. Then one Monday morning, her manager called a meeting. The bank had invested in a new AI system. The tool could scan 1,000 loan applications in the time it took Maria to finish 2. It could read handwriting. It could check for missing signatures. It could flag inconsistencies instantly. The manager said it would make the company more efficient. 2 weeks later, Maria and 3 colleagues were laid off. The efficiency had a cost. She was devastated. She felt lost, angry, betrayed. 15 years of loyalty felt erased by software. Her life, as she knew it, seemed over. This is the story the headlines love. But that's not where Maria's story ends. After weeks adrift, a little spark of an idea formed. She was angry at the machine. Yes, but she was curious. What was this tool that replaced her? She started looking it up online. She watched tutorials. She realized the AI was fast, but it was also a bit dumb. It made mistakes. It couldn't understand nuance. It couldn't explain decisions to confuse customers. The bank still needed people, different skills. Okay, so we've seen the shock and we've heard a story. Now let's get practical. What does AI actually do right now in 2026? Forget the killer robots and the super intelligent overlords. Let's talk about the real world. At its core, most AI impacting jobs today is really good at one thing: pattern recognition. It can look at a massive amount of information, words, pictures, numbers, code, and find the patterns. It then uses those patterns to make predictions, generate new content, or automate a task. It's like a superpowered intern who has read the entire internet but has zero life experience. It's fast, but it's not wise. Let's break that down with 3 clear examples you might see in your own life. First, writing help. An AI can now write a first draft of almost anything. An email to your team, a marketing slogan, a blog post, a simple report. You give it a few prompts, a little direction, and it spits out a few hundred words in seconds. This used to take hours of staring at a blank page. Now the starting point is instant. The role of the human shifts to refining, editing, adding the personal touch. Second, data work. This is where Maria's story fits. AI scans documents, cross-references numbers, flags potential fraud, sorts into categories. That frees you to advise clients. Higher value, human-centric work. Finally, design. For simple needs, AI can generate dozens of concepts in minutes. Coffee shop, mountain theme, vintage style. Not perfect, but a starting point that frees pros to focus on strategy. Machines love repetition. Now for the good news, for all the things AI can do, there's a very long list it absolutely cannot do. AI is a powerful tool, but it is just a tool. It is a mirror, not a mind. It reflects the patterns it has been shown. It does not truly think like a human. No consciousness, no genuine understanding, no feelings. It can write a sad poem, but it doesn't feel sadness. It can analyze a business problem, but it doesn't have a gut feeling or a flash of true, original insight. It's all math, no soul. The first major limit is context and common sense. AI can make huge errors because it doesn't understand the world. Ask for a cake recipe and it might suggest a cup of nails. It doesn't know that nails are not food. It lacks the unspoken knowledge we gain by living. You cannot trust AI's output blindly. It always needs a human supervisor, someone with common sense, someone who knows you don't put nails in a cake. Trust, but verify, always. Another huge limitation is empathy and emotional connection. AI cannot truly care for a patient, inspire a team, or comfort a grieving friend. It can simulate words, but it can't provide genuine presence and compassion. Finally, AI has no real morality or ethics. It learns from data, bias in, bias out. It can discriminate in hiring or lending. It doesn't know right from wrong. It only knows patterns. We need humans, ethicists, leaders, regulators, engaged citizens to be the moral compass. We must design systems, check outputs, and ensure these tools are used for good. The machine can't be its own conscience. That job is, and always will be, ours. So, we know what AI can do and what it can't. This brings us to our first and maybe most important solution: double down on the skills that make you human. If machines are getting better at repetitive technical parts, our opportunity is the parts they can't touch. We need to learn skills rooted in human connection, creative problem solving, leadership. These aren't soft skills anymore. In the age of AI, they are the new hard skills. They are your competitive advantage. They make you irreplaceable. What are these skills? Let's get specific. First, communication, empathy. Learn to listen actively, explain complex ideas clearly, understand another person's perspective, lead meetings where everyone feels heard, resolve conflict, calm an angry customer by genuinely connecting. An AI can answer a query, but it can't build a relationship. Start practicing this today. Second, complex critical thinking, creativity. AI solves known problems, you tackle new ones. Ask, okay, what if we tried this? Connect unrelated ideas. Focus on strategy, not just execution. Start small. Don't default to templates. Brainstorm 3 wild ideas. Even failures train the muscle. Lastly, leadership collaboration. Leadership is a skill, not a title. Take initiative, mentor a junior colleague, organize a team project, build trust. AI can manage a spreadsheet, but it can't inspire a team or foster psychological safety. Look for small opportunities to lead. The second solution, don't run from AI, learn to work with it. Stop seeing AI as your replacement. Start seeing it as your assistant, your intern, your co-pilot. Every major shift, printing press, personal computer, created new tools. The people who thrived mastered them first. Learning AI isn't giving in, it's adapting and taking control. Better work, faster. Think about your job. Make a list of weekly tasks. Boring, repetitive, time-consuming. Sorting inbox, transcribing notes, finding data. Perfect for your AI intern. Hundreds of simple, often free tools can do this now. Automate the boring parts, don't become obsolete. Writer, marketer, use AI to generate a rough draft or headline ideas. Don't copy and paste, that's generic. Use it to beat the blank page, then edit, refine, inject your voice. Cut writing time in half or spend the time on strategy. You're not just a writer, you're an editor, a strategist, augmented by AI. Programmer, use Copilot for boilerplate, bugs, docs. You still need to know how to code, but you can code faster and focus on architecture. Designer, brainstorm dozens of visual concepts, then apply your eye. Let the machine do grunt work so you can do the smart work. This is how you work with AI, not against it. Our first two solutions were about you. This third is about us. You can learn new skills and master AI tools, but it might not be enough if the rules are unfair. Ask for and push for fair rules and policies. This isn't about stopping tech, it's about sharing benefits and supporting those affected. Have the conversation at work and with government. Fund retraining, give time to learn, include workers in decisions, ensure transparency and ethics, and build stronger safety nets. Remember, learn new skills. Adapt by using AI as a tool. Ask for fair rules. Start today. Be brave. Be calm. Be proactive. Thanks for listening to Wiselyt. If this was helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell us one small step you'll take this week.